Hey, what's up guys? During a real estate recession, you have to get creative, and one of the ways you can do it is through short sales. Coming up.
It's caught in the crossfire.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Steve with Steve Invest. Thanks for stopping by. I'm a local real estate broker here in Southwest Florida, and my goal, my mission is to help other real estate agents and real estate brokers as well as investors make money and create financial freedom. As mentioned, we're going to be talking about short sales. We're going to go through the entire process from beginning to end, how to list these properties, how to help a lot of people avoid foreclosure, and how to make a lot of money doing so. I gotta say, when the real estate market crashed, it was scary times out there. We, as a real estate organization, my sister and I opened up our company in 2006, and we really had to adapt to the market. And one of the ways that we did it was working short sales, and I can tell you it was extremely gratifying, rewarding, and we made a lot of money doing so as well. All right, short sales. A lot of real estate agents dread dealing with short sales. So what is a short sale? Essentially, it's selling the property for less than what is owed on the mortgage, assuming the bank agrees to it. There are really three main benefits of a short sale. Number one being it's better on your credit than the foreclosure. It's going to allow you to actually obtain financing a lot quicker in the future as well. Number two, you have a higher probability that the bank is not going to come after you for the deficient amount. So let's say, for example, you owe $200,000 on the property and it sells for $150,000. The bank essentially will agree, hopefully they're going to agree upon a successful short sale, that they're going to waive their deficiency rights, meaning that they're not going to come after you for that $50,000 spread, as well as any closing costs or attorney fees. Number three, they're somewhat predictable. They're going to transact like a normal traditional sale, essentially. You're going to get a normal listing agreement, you're going to put it up on the market. The seller's going to realistically, upon getting an approval, know exactly a specific close date when they have to leave the property. As opposed to a foreclosure, you're not going to know when you have to be out of that property or when the bank's going to come knocking at your door. So why would a bank allow this? That's a common question we get. It's a common question that we would get from actual borrowers or sellers as well. Now, it benefits the bank because if they have to go through the entire foreclosure process, a couple things can happen. Number one, they're going to rack up the attorney fees. Number two, there's liability associated with the bank taking that property back. It's going to sit out there, it's going to sit vacant and so forth. The bank is not in the business of holding real estate. They're in the business of lending money. So they don't want the property. But if they take it back, they have a lot of liability. So that property is usually sitting vacant. It could get vandalized, etc. Number three, if the bank agrees to doing a short sale, that property is less likely to get damaged by any kind of borrower or disgruntled seller, which the bank would have to put a lot of money into the property if they smash windows or destroy drywall and so forth. So as a real estate agent, real estate broker, or even an investor reaching out, how can we market to these people? Number one, most effective way in our experience is go to the source, which is usually the Lis Pendens. The Lis Pendens is essentially the pending lawsuit of foreclosure. You can usually find these in your local Clerk of Courts. I'm going to show you on ours, which is Lee County, and I'm going to show you exactly how to search for these and see actually how many in the last 30 days popped up. We're in a flattening market right now. It's 2019, but I'm going to show you exactly how many in Lee County popped up in the last 30 days. All right, guys, I'm on the Lee Clerk of Courts website for Lee County, Florida. Your county most likely has it unless you live in a real small town. Then you'll probably have to actually visit the clerk office in your local area. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead, click here, search official records. It's going to bring us to this page, going to go to documents. Now we're going to try to find Lis Pendens on here. Select. Let's check for the last 30 days. Today is June 27th, 2019. So we're going to do May 27th, 2019. So it's going to give us a full month. Lis Pendens. Let's hit submit and see what we come up with. All right. We got 221 Lis Pendens filed in the last 30 days, guys. And you have to understand, every month, every day, well, let's check daily. Today's June 27th. Let's go to June 26th and see how many we get. In one day, 20 new Lis Pendens filed, just in one day, if you guys can see that. So you can see the power of this market, and there's going to be very few real estate agents that are going to be target marketing people that are in Lis Pendens status. Now that you're armed with this information, what do? You can mail them, you can door knock, you can try to call them. What we did, which was very effective, we would usually mail them at least 3 or 4 times so they had an idea of who we were, our expertise, our experience, and then we would follow up with phone calls or knocking on their doors. As mentioned in the beginning of the video, a lot of real estate agents dread short sales because, let's face it, it is a process, it is a pain in the ass. Another effective way is to actually market to real estate agents. How do we do this? You can get a list of real estate agents, you can email them, you can call them and explain you're a short sale specialist, and any clientele that they have, you can go ahead and say split 50-50 on anybody that they refer to you that's a short sale candidate. Now you're about to get a listing. What do you do now? I made a huge mistake in the beginning. We were getting a lot of sellers that wanted to get the ball rolling, so we would just put it out on the market. We'd list these things for sale, we would get buyers, and we would get offers and so forth. But the thing is, we had half-assed packages, meaning our packages were not complete, and you cannot submit a package to the bank if it's half complete. They're just not going to pay attention to it. So it's imperative that you get a full package from the seller at the time of taking a listing agreement. Explain to them you will not go to open market until you have everything on this checklist in your hands. Once you have it in your hands and everything's checked off, ready to go, that's when you go to open market. Once you're on open market, you probably are going to get an offer pretty quickly because you're going to competitively price it. We would usually price these at least 10 to 8% below sold comps. This way we can get an offer right away. Once we receive the offer, we're going to package it all together with the short sale package that we have in the link below for you. Once that package together with a fully executed contract between buyer and seller, subject to short sale approval, we're going to send all this information to the bank. What you don't want to do is you don't want to submit the package without an offer. So our suggestion is compile the entire package together with an offer between buyer and seller subject to short sale approval, and then submit that package to the bank. Once you have that point of contact at the bank, game on. What you want to do is you or a member of your team, you want to aggressively call this person. You want to find out exactly where they're at with the short sale process. Usually they're going to hire a third party. It's either another real estate agent to do a BPO, which is a broker's price opinion, or they're going to hire essentially an appraiser, or both. They might hire multiple people. Once the bank has all that documentation, the appraisal or BPO, usually they get back to you and they'll let you know if we need to renegotiate price. Sometimes they'll come back with a higher price if the buyer doesn't go for it. You're kind of starting over, which sucks, and then you're going to have to go back to market and resubmit this whole package. A lot of banks, though, they usually give a leeway of 10%. Now, the follow-up with the bank, you want to be pretty aggressive. We had our girl basically calling 2 times a week to make sure that our file was on top. The person that's more aggressive and ensuring that the package is complete is going to win this game. Now, the short sale negotiators, they may ask for additional information like updated bank statements or updated financial report and so forth. Our goal, and we put notice to every seller that if the bank requires something, we need to get it to them in less than 24 hours. Usually I put so much pressure on the sellers to get us that information, so much pressure that I would even drive to their place of employment and so forth to pick up certain documentation. I wanted to get that information over to the bank so quickly that short sale negotiator knew that we were serious and would always put us on top of that pile in terms of expediting our short sale negotiation. Now, once the bank approves everything, they approve the contract, the price, they're going to usually submit a letter. It's going to tell you if they're going to waive their deficiency rights to the borrower. It's going to name the buyer in there, it's going to name the price, the amount of time that you have to close and so forth. So how do you get paid as a real estate agent? The bank pays it. We've been paid as high as 8% on some deals, usually 6%. And you're going to co-broke out to another real estate agent if there is one involved. But the bank pays all closing costs. Many times they're going to pay all the closing costs related to doc stamps, title, and commissions, and the borrower in many cases doesn't have money, so they don't come out of pocket with anything. We've actually been able to get certain borrowers money at closing to pay for a moving truck and even time in a hotel just to get them by. Again, banks are willing to work with borrowers. So if you're a real estate agent, real estate broker, there's a lot of people that you can help save from foreclosure, and guess what? You become a hero. If you help somebody literally avoid a foreclosure, they're gonna remember that forever. And what happens? After closing, you stay in front of these people. You ask them for more referrals because you've helped them help their future. So these people are gonna refer you people, but you have to stay in front of them. It's 2019, I dealt with a client probably about 10 years ago, and I just sold another one of his properties. Not short sale, but the guy keeps using me because I helped him avoid foreclosure on other properties that he had, which we successfully performed short sales. This guy's referred me to a ton of people as well. Now this short sale package that's included in the link below, that's Florida based. So make sure you take that, bring it to your attorney, bring it to your real estate broker. You're gonna have to create your own. So this is just for example. I'm not a real estate attorney in any sense. I practice real estate in Florida, so your state's probably gonna be different, but at least it's gonna kind of guide you for what the banks really want in the short sale package, because that's pretty relative across the board. So my question to you is, if you're a real estate agent, have you done any short sales? How many have you done? What's your experience in dealing with short sales? I'd like to hear about it. And if you guys enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the little bell. You're gonna have more videos coming out from me.